This is your Friday Refresh brought to you by Collisions Auto Repair Services in Killen, Alabama. You can contact them at 256-272-2007. The other day I was driving my kids to school and my 7-year-old son began talking about how he dreads moving to the next grade in school. His lament went something like this: "What if I can't do the work?" My immediate, almost visceral response was, "Don't say the word can't. Can't is poison." I'm not exactly sure where that came from because I've never said that before or even heard that sentence. However, I'm learning more and more the sad power of the word can't. When working with Lonnie Jones on the ropes course he did in Huntsville, I would hear him explain the concept of challenge by choice. When people would prepare to ascend the pamper pole or climb the wall or ride the giant swing, we would inform them that as long as they are struggling, we would encourage them to keep going. If they used the word can't, we would keep pushing them to try harder. Only when they said, "I choose not to," could they be relieved of their challenge with no shame or disrespect shown. Can't is a poison that we refuse to recognize. They may have been tired, worn down, discouraged, but that didn't mean they were incapable. Can't was simply unacceptable. Even at a young age, I remember people telling me, "Can't never could." And that simple phrase was much more profound than I ever gave it credit for. Those who say can't never could really accomplish or get much done. What if Edison threw his hands up and said, "I can't," when he reached the 999th attempt at the light bulb? What if the Wright brothers had said, "We can't make something that will stay in the air for longer than 12 seconds after their first attempt"? What if Caitlin Clark's dad would have just told her as a child, "I'm sorry, I can't find a girls' league"? Or worse yet, what if he had listened to those who said she can't play with the boys? Thankfully, can't wasn't in any of these individuals' vocabularies. They removed that poison long before they all accomplished the near impossible. I realize that there are times it seems the odds are completely insurmountable. But don't forget that we serve a God who can and quite literally has moved mountains. Recently, I read an article entitled 41. It was about the 41st day, as in it rained on Noah for 40 days and it stopped on day 41. The Philistine giant taunted Israel for 40 days. Then a young man went into the valley and put a stop to it. Jesus was tempted for 40 days, but on day 41, the devil had gone away for a time. There were times when it was even 40 years. 40 years in a desert. Shepherding was Moses before he was called at the burning bush. 40 years wandering in the wilderness were his people after their sin. But at year 41, things were different. See, life can be tough. Struggles may come, but they will eventually subside. Don't drink the poison of can't. Sometimes, with God's help, we wait out the struggles like Noah. Sometimes with God's help, we fight our way through the struggles like David. Sometimes with God's help, we endure the temptations like Jesus did. And sometimes, like Moses and God's people, we bear up under our own consequences of our actions and watch as God simply molds us. But we never give up. Can't is a poison that prevents endurance. It stunts our growth, and it leaves us holding the heavy bags of unfinished business. Can't never could do anything except slow us down. And that is your Friday Refresh.